Hi, I'm Harry, and I'm here with some Back 4 Blood tips to help you survive against the Horde. Left 4 Dead's spiritual successor is here, and while much of the structure and gameplay will have veterans feeling right at home, there are still some differences. So, to help you beat back the Ridden, we've made this Back 4 Blood guide to help you get started. Back 4 Blood's levels are jam-packed with boxes, cars, and other random objects to climb on. You should do that constantly to avoid the zombies around you, especially when you have to call a horde as part of the mission.
Come on.
Making the most of the environment can make all the difference. Whether you choose the roof of a shipping container or the top of a stairwell, Ridden are generally much easier to deal with if they have to climb to get to you. Using choke points is helpful too, combined with a well-timed Molotov. Resist the urge to run ahead or explore areas alone. When the horde comes down on you, and it will, frequently, the teammate that ran far ahead is the one that will be pinned by a hawker and quickly killed. As well as covering each other's backs, you can share ammo and other consumables, and even heal and resurrect each other if things don't quite go to plan. Back 4 Blood's solo campaign mode isn't as simple as it seems. The mode currently disables the ability to earn supply points, but also unlocks every card in the game for players to mess with. This is the perfect environment to experiment with builds that sound fun to you, like one focused on melee, or absorbing temporary health from shotgun kills. And when you're ready to get back to the regular progression, there's still a way to play solo with bots. Go to Preferences in the matchmaking menu and turn on private lobbies. It pays to explore in Back 4 Blood. You'll find weapons, ammo, and other valuable items. But it's important to look out for the 4 main types of traps that will instantly call a horde when triggered. Birds are the most common trap. You often see them gathering to feed on corpses, and startling them can bring a flood of Ridden right to your location. To avoid this, don't shoot in their direction, move close to them, or sprint by them. If you're willing to sacrifice a grenade or Molotov, you can also try to kill them in one big bang before they can alert a horde. Alarm doors can be similarly tricky. These trapdoors will always be labelled with a warning sign, but sometimes you'll need to get through one to progress.
Looks like we got bigger problems to worry about than just Ridden.
There's a somewhat consistent trick to get around this. Shoot near the door to attract zombies on the other side. Once a zombie has dealt a single blow to the door, the alarm is disabled, and you can break it down without worry. Car alarms are, unfortunately, less forgiving. The game will briefly warn you a car is alarmed when you go near it, and you can also tell by its blinking lights. A single bullet into the body is all it takes to trigger the horde, so avoid shooting in its general direction as best you can. Snitches are the hardest hazard to avoid. They're a special corruption card zombie recognisable by small glowing lights on its big meaty head. If you're going to shoot it, it has to go down in a single shot from a powerful gun, like an upgraded sniper rifle, or upgraded throwables. Normal bullets won't kill it before it calls a bunch of Ridden friends to join the party. It could be tempting to focus on buying better guns and neat attachments early on in a run, but save up for team upgrades instead. Extra support items or grenades are great, but even better are the tier upgrades to these items that make them more effective. For instance, a rare medkit heals a lot more HP, and a rare Molotov burns for a much larger area. Even more so at higher difficulties, where first aid stations are rarer, and there's less ammo to go around. The quick accessory slot is mostly occupied by situational items that may come in clutch on a run, but one item is way more useful than the others: the Toolkit. It's a multi-use key that can unlock specially marked doors full of helpful loot, bypass security doors without an activated alarm, or speed up level-specific objectives. Make sure at least one of your teammates has one before starting a level. Always use it on those special loot rooms unless you're desperate too. Better guns, ammo, and free health is worth more in the long run. You're going to be reloading your weapon often, which means being vulnerable for a short period. As well as having teammates cover you, you can use your bash melee ability while reloading to push enemies away from you. There are also various points that require one of you to carry an item from one location to another. This leaves the carrier vulnerable and unable to fire weapons. But again, the bash ability can help you out. You should be pinging everything in Back 4 Blood by default. It's especially important to ping a special mutation enemy when you see one. It's easy to overlook an exploder heading your way in the midst of chaos, and pings help keep everyone focused on the biggest threats. Pinging also places a red skull icon above their head for several seconds, making the fast-moving hockers easier spot after repositioning. You'll find first aid points located at various points during missions, so it's worth keeping back some extra cash. 400 copper is required on Veteran, while Recruit makes these healing charges free for all players. While pain pills, bandages and first aid kits are helpful on the run, use first aid stations as much as possible so you can save these consumables for emergencies. These stations also heal trauma damage, so if your character's health is looking a little worse for wear, take advantage of them. Back 4 Blood uses a card system, which offers you various buffs to stats or abilities. You can customise your deck when playing the campaign, and you'll get to choose from these cards in order. Your first card will always be your starter card, and as all drawn cards persist throughout the campaign, make sure it's a good one. Each time you reach a safe room and complete a mission, you'll get to choose another card from your selection before embarking on the next. As corruption cards are also in play, it makes sense to try to counter these with your choice as often as possible. Back 4 Blood's bots try really hard. Sometimes they'll do something a little dumb, like invade your personal space, twitch around a piece of geometry, but for the most part they're pretty good partners that come with bonuses normal players don't. For one, bots don't take trauma damage, so they won't lose max HP after being revived. They also seem to have an unlimited supply of ammo that they're more than willing to share with you when you're running low. They also don't seem to take loot in the world, yet always have a grenade to throw in the mix, so it's a win-win. And there you have it. Everything you need to get you popping Ridden skulls in Back 4 Blood. If you found this video useful, feel free to like and subscribe, but for more help with Back 4 Blood, including our card, character and PvP guides, head over to pcgamer.com.